What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the bro. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here. We are back. And listen, man, I have not had this much fun. I've not had this much excitement watching Miami Heat basketball in I don't know how long. Yes, it was a loss. It was a preseason loss. But who cares, man? It's a preseason. We're not really counting wins and losses. We're talking about development, growth, and from a fan perspective, just having fun. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that game was crazy to watch. Yeah, we didn't pull up the dub like I said, but hey, there was a lot of good stuff that we were able to see. Some negatives, but mostly positives. And I do want to shout out a few guys because I think we might have just have found our new dynamic duo of the future. Kasparas Yakutshonis and Kalel Ware, the two Ks, they absolutely put on a show. I mean, Kasparas, listen, I've been watching Kasparas for so long now, bro. At Illinois, the problem with him was the turnovers. He just looked, he was, the talent was always there. Like, I always knew Kasparas was such a gifted player. Like, he was such a willing passer, and he had like crazy vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was such a good playmaker and table setter. Even like back to when he was playing with Barcelona, he was like doing that because before Kasparas came to Illinois, I was like, oh, this Illinois is getting a new guard. Let me go check him out. And I saw him playing with the Lithuanian team. I saw him playing with Barcelona. Bro, this guy had talent written all over him. And then he got to Illinois. He was electric to start the season. He was so good. And then he had an injury, came back from the injury, struggled a little bit, but the turnovers were the biggest issue with him. The turnovers really, really killed a lot of the momentum that he was building up for himself in the draft class. That's I believe the reason why he felt the 20 is the turnovers, because I don't know anything else that he did wrong besides the turnovers. Maybe defensively people can say he didn't compete, but I think that's a lie. I think Kasparas, he may not be the most built guy, he may not be like the strongest guy, but he will play hard, bro. He will compete on that end. We saw that tonight. He was moving those feet really well. He had a ton of steals. So Kasparas, the turnovers are the biggest issue with him. And I feel like he was forcing a lot in Illinois to like make plays, thread the needle, make these like pinpoint passes. And when he got to Miami, he struggled at first in the California Classic, but the actual Vegas Summer League, I thought he looked pretty good in. And then tonight, after coming back from that injury, I mean, he was really, really good. He was all over the place. You definitely felt his impact. And I don't know when's the last time we've had like a true point guard. Like, even Kyle Lowry, no disrespect, he's probably was a really good passer in his heyday when he was with the Raptors. But when he got to the Heat, I mean, we never got the same Kyle Lowry that we were accustomed to seeing in Toronto. So I don't know if we've had this level of playmaking at the point guard position since we've had Goran. And Goran has kind of taken Cass under his wing a little bit. We've seen it in the offseason. He's kind of taken him under his wing and mentored him. And you're seeing a lot of the effects of it. And I'm not saying Cass didn't put the work in, because he definitely did, but I do think Goran's had some influence. A lot of similarities to Goran. I'm seeing like the snake dribble a little bit. He tries to do like the in and out move, like the breaking down of the defense. He always has his head on a swivel. He's making great passes. He's always trying to throw good lobs. Like, very reminiscent to like a right-handed version of Goran, and we haven't had that in so long, and we really did miss that. You know, we didn't have that for, you know, majority of the Jimmy, I guess half of the Jimmy era, because Goran was there for half of it basically. But I guess Goran actually was only there for like 1 or 2 years, so maybe it was like a little bit less than half. But yeah, I mean, we just never really had that in a while. Like, since Goran left, it was Kyle Lowry, and then Kyle Lowry never really delivered, and then Terry Rozier never delivered. It was tough. And Cass has come in, and he's been a breath of fresh air. I mean, I thought that it would take time for Spo to play him. Obviously, it's just the preseason, but it's encouraging to see him play that many minutes and look that good, because maybe he might be in the rotation this year. Who knows? Like, it's going to be growing pains. I'm not going to say that he's going to be playing every single game or whatnot, because we do have like a few guards that I think might be ahead of him in the pecking order in Spo's criteria. Like, Davion Mitchell didn't play tonight. I definitely think he has a starting spot saved for him when he's back, with Tyler Hero being out. And then Drew Smith has looked really good in the games that he's played. But honestly, I think Drew and Cass are interchangeable. I think you can play them together. I think Cass is really good off the ball as well. I think a lot of people think Cass is like just a point guard, but he can also serve as a combo guard. This guy's 6'6", so he's definitely big enough to play the 2 if you need to at certain times. It'll definitely help his chances to play with Tyler being out, because that makes us a little bit more thin at the guard position. But yeah, man, I'm just super stoked to have watched this guy play and play so well and just show the fan base exactly what he's capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy is an absolute demon. So yeah, I really have been encouraged by watching his play, and I cannot wait to see his growth. I mean, I have a very, very long history of watching this guy play, man. It's still crazy that my favorite player in college basketball went to my alma mater. This guy, bro, it's crazy that he's on my favorite team and I get to watch him play a lot. It's crazy. So for people who have had the feelings when their favorite player or their players from their college basketball schools that they support are drafted to their favorite NBA team, bro, I'm feeling that right now, because it's Kasparis, the fact that he's on the Heat, that's crazy, because I would have never expected that. I thought he was a shoo-in to go in the lottery, and then he fell to 20 somehow, which is ridiculous. So shout out to Cass. I think he's going to have a great career, great season. Whether he plays or not, I don't think people should get hung up over it too much. I mean, I think he's going to develop really good in the G League as well, and I think there's no doubt in my mind that he is the starting point guard of the future. I think this guy, obviously there's going to have to be we have to figure out what happens with Davion, Norm, all these people, but they're a little bit older, especially Norm. Davion's again, Davion's really good, but because Cass is really young and he has a lot of potential. And I think when the time comes and when these guys are kind of slowly fizzling out of the rotation, fizzling out of the team, it's there you have your franchise point guard, hopefully, that you drafted. And it was a position of need, and I think we definitely hit the nail on the head with that pick. So great pick by the Miami Heat, and you can see it paying dividends already. Secondly, Kel'el Ware. I don't know what gets into that man every time Spo calls him out, but he was possessed. Or maybe it was just the fact that he was playing against Wemby, because I think whenever Kel'el and Wemby match up, Kel'el always gets the better of him, bro. He, even last year, it's only been a couple games, but every time we watch Kel'el and Wemby play, it's Kel'el always does well. And it's I don't know if he's fired up because of Wemby. I don't know if it's because of Spo's comments, but bro, this guy was a man on a mission. Last game was tough. And the reason it was tough was because he put up a lot of stats and good numbers and stuff, but impact wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that Spo really kind of got on him about. Tonight, last game he was a plus minus. Tonight he was last game plus minus. He was a minus 21 last game. Tonight he was a plus 10, and he was one of the few players on this team that even had a positive plus minus. Like I said, at a plus 10, 29 points, 12 rebounds. Three of them were offensive. He shot the 3 well. He shot 50% from 3 on 6 attempts. He was just all over the place. It was lob city. Every time it was just guys were just throwing him lobs every 2 seconds, bro. And he was so good for the Miami Heat tonight. And I think this guy, bro, he is going to be really good. I had some doubts about the motor, and obviously we're seeing it here and there where the motor comes into question, but I understand the Hassan Whiteside stuff, and I even said it in my last video that Hassan Whiteside, he might go down the same route. Kel'el Ware might go down the same route as Hassan Whiteside, but it's I don't think I've seen Hassan be this motivated to always come back strong every time Spo called him out. And Kel'el has done that on multiple occasions now, and it's he's capable of playing this way. I just think Spo's trying to get that battery into his back because he sees how talented Kel'el is. Because Kel'el, bro, the talent this kid has is through the roof. And you're talking about a point guard and a center, which are 2 of the hardest players to find in the NBA. These are probably the 2 most important positions in the NBA right now, the point guard and the center. And I think the Miami Heat might have struck gold twice in a row. They drafted Kel'el Ware last year. They drafted Kasparis Yakochonis this year. You might have a world where once a lot of these older guys like Wiggins and Powell and a lot of these guys fizzle out, bro, you might have a world where you can have Kasparis, Tyler, Jovic, Bam, Kel'el. If that lineup is on the floor this season, I might be doing jumping jacks the whole time, bro. I might be doing backflips. I might go crazy because I cannot wait to see that lineup play. That lineup would go crazy. Like I really, really want to see that lineup. Because it's just oozing with so much talent, and it's like yeah, like it's just great to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I just had so much fun watching the game. I mean, the second unit was incredible, especially like Pelle Larsson. I thought made a few great plays. He was also in the plus category for the plus minus stats. Like I thought he was incredible. Yeah, Cass was also plus. I mean, Cass led the team in plus minus. Think about that, as playing his first ever NBA minutes, this guy led the team in plus minus. Like great play by Cass. Keyshot also had a plus 11. The starters struggled. Like the starters did struggle. Bam in particular has been struggling for a few games now, and I don't know if it's like just there's a lid on the rim for him, but I'm not concerned, but it's getting a little bit worrying because like, you know, this is our best player, and we need him to knock the shots down. Like 9 points. I mean, 9 points on 10 shots. He missed 2 free throws. He missed 2 threes. Like, I just feel like we need to see Bam just take it to the rim, bro. Like, take it to the rim. I know he likes to take jump shots now, but when the shots are not falling, you got to do something else. And yeah, like I think he will bounce back, but we're gonna have to see it from Bam. But I do like what Wiggins and Powell have been doing. I think they really I think they really were so good like tonight and like the whole preseason. Honestly, I feel like Wiggins, especially like last year or not, I guess last year, last season, like towards the second half when he obviously got traded to Miami, he looked good at the start and then obviously fizzled out. But I feel like he's kind of gotten back into, you know, his mode, and he's in his comfort zone right now. And he shot the ball pretty awfully today, but everything else I liked. I like the chemistry between him and Powell, like mostly. I think him and Norm have really good chemistry. Norm shot the ball pretty well tonight. He shot the ball really well the other day as well. Like Norm has been really good for the Heat in preseason so far. I've been really encouraged by his performance. Definitely going to lean on his scoring, you know, with this time period when Tyler is out. But I think when, you know, we have a fully healthy Miami Heat, you're probably going to be looking at Davion, Tyler, Norm, Wiggs, and not Davion. Tyler, Norm, Wiggs, Jovic, and Bam. And then off the bench, you're probably going to have like Davion. You might have like Drew Smith, maybe, but Pelle Larsson for sure. Kalel Ware for sure. Probably Jaime Jaquez. I don't know about Fontecchio. I don't even know if Fontecchio is healthy right now, but he did play in the first preseason game. And then like if all fails, then you have like Terry Rozier. I completely forgot he's even on the team. Or like Kasparis Yakuchonis or like Precious Achua, some of these other guys. So I think this team will be pretty exciting to watch. You know, I'm keeping my fingers crossed because they've let me down before when you have expectations for them, but they definitely look more exciting. Like the offense clearly has a lot more like pace to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just looks like it's a very high tempo offense, and it looks really fun to watch as a fan. And whether we're good or bad this year, if we're watching fun basketball, that's really all I'm asking for, because I'm not really expecting much of this team. Like I have very realistic expectations when it comes to NBA basketball. Like I understand that there's fandom, but there's also delusion, and I don't believe this team is like a contender by any means. I think this team is a middle of the pack team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're good. I wouldn't be surprised if they're bad. I think they're just very like unpredictable, you know. So they just have like a group of guys that are like a mix of youth and veteran guys, and I think it's going to be really exciting to watch the second unit play, especially the younger guys, and hopefully the starters are also able to find their rhythm, and they look good too, because I do want to see Davion play when he's back. So we'll see what happens. But again, the dynamic duo of Cass and Kalel, that's the story of tonight's game, man. I'm super excited to watch their growth, development, and cannot wait to see what they have in store going forward, hopefully with the rest of the careers for those two players being in a Miami Heat uniform. So we'll see what happens. Y'all let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about that duo, the game, and the preseason so far. Yeah, we're 0-3, but like I said, don't worry about wins and losses in the preseason. It's not a big of a deal. It's literally just to develop chemistry and habits, and just making sure a lot of the guys are on the same page there. So yeah, y'all let me know down in the comment section below, man. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Y'all know what to do. I'll see y'all later as always. Peace.